This is Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa. The story of resurgent and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
Welcome to Pulse of Africa News. I'm Samia Mohammed. We cover inspiring stories and key moments shaping Africa. We'll start with Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy highlights Horn of Africa challenges, expresses optimism for regional stability. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has described the Horn of Africa as a region held together by resilience despite entrenched challenges, including rivalries, external interference, and disputes over shared resources. During an ordinary session Tuesday of the House of People's Representatives, the Prime Minister delivered a comprehensive report on the government's mid-term performance, addressing key economic activities, pressing security concerns, and highlighting the Horn of Africa countries' diplomatic efforts. Abiy reaffirmed the nation's principled stance on regional relations and emphasized Ethiopia's strong commitment to regional integration. The session was marked by active participation from parliamentarians who posed hard-hitting questions, seeking clarity on various developmental and security issues. The Prime Minister responded with detailed insights, reaffirming the government's dedication to national stability, growth, and regional solidarity. Speaking on the regional dynamics, Abiy said the Horn of Africa is a region that has been stitched together to prevent it from tearing apart and patched to keep it from unraveling. Although it's a home to peoples who are closely connected by culture and language, it's also a region marked by intense rivalry and external interference, he added. The issue of shared water has complicated matters further, drawing in external actors into our internal affairs and turning what should have been mutual support into a source of conflict, the Premier noted.
የአፍሪካ ቀንድ እንዳይቀደድ የተሰፋ
The Horn of Africa is a region that has been stitched together to prevent it from tearing apart and patched to keep it from unraveling. Although it is home to people who are closely connected by culture and language, it is also a region marked by intense rivalry and external interference. The issue of shared water has complicated matters further, drawing in external actors into our internal affairs and turning what should have been mutual support into a source of conflict. For this reason, the region faces its own set of challenges, and significant efforts are underway to address and resolve them. I believe these efforts will succeed.
ይህን ለመፍታት ከፍተኛ ጥረት እያደረግን ነው። እንደሚሰምር ተስፋ እናደርጋለን።
For this reason, he said the region faces its own set of challenges, highlighting also what he described as significant efforts underway to address and resolve them. I believe these efforts will succeed, he said. The successful completion of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam proves that Ethiopia possesses the institutional capacity to execute world-class infrastructures independently, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said. Ethiopia built the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam entirely without external aid or loans, he stated, noting that the dam is a collective national triumph realized through unity, financial contribution and resilience of the Ethiopian people. We have not received a single birr in aid or loans for the GERD. The project has been realized entirely through the hard work, dedication and contribution of our people. The Premier stated, stressing that the dam is fully executed and owned by the Ethiopian government and its citizens. Responding to questions posed by members of the House of People's Representatives, the Prime Minister also said Ethiopia's ongoing development momentum has not stopped with GERD. Construction is already underway on Africa's third largest Koisha Dam, alongside wind power plants, the continent's largest airport, and the fertilizer plant, as well as gas refinery, whose first phase is complete and the second underway.
በዳሴ ላይ አንድም ብር እርዳታ አንድም ብር ብድር ኢትዮጵያ አልወሰደችም።
The Grand Renaissance Dam, a great project built solely with Ethiopian resources, it cannot be said that a government which successfully completed the Grand Renaissance Dam without a single birr of aid or is incapable of carrying major projects. Ethiopia did not take one birr in aid or loans for the Renaissance Dam. It is a collective national project realized firm determination, resilience, and unity of heroic Ethiopians who stood together and worked tirelessly.
በሀገር ውስጥም በሀገር ውጭ ያሉም ኢትዮጵያውያን በቁርጠኝነት ጨክነው በጋራ ቆመው ስለሰሩ የተከወነ ፕሮጀክት ነው።
Mr. Abiy, Ethiopia is setting a model for project execution across Africa and the government approach to managing mega projects from construction to completion. He added that the culture of working around the clock 7 days a week is taking root and expanding across various regions fueled by ongoing projects and corridor developments.
Ethiopia's green legacy initiatives are restoring urban parks and expanding green spaces across our cities. Green spaces protect the environment and strengthen healthy, resilient communities.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni hosted Togolese President Faure Sozima Nyasimbe and members of the AU, EAC and SADC panel of facilitators to advance the peace process in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The panel brings together prominent African leaders including former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo, former Kenyan President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, former Ethiopian President Sahle-Work Zewde, former Botswana President Mokgweetsi Eric Kabisiwe Masisi, and former Central African Republic President Catherine Samba Panza. The facilitators are tasked with advancing dialogue and supporting regional efforts aimed at achieving lasting peace and stability in the DRC. Officials reaffirmed the region's continued commitment to peaceful dialogue and African-led solution to the ongoing conflict. Africa CDC has unveiled its first warehouse, significantly strengthening its capacity to procure, store and rapidly dispatch critical medical supplies across the continent. The 1,000 square meter temporary warehouse, equipped with complementary cold chain facilities, was funded by MasterCard Foundation and supported by World Food Programme. Speaking at the launch, World Food Programme's African Union Global Officer Director Lindy Komi described the initiative as a powerful example of what strong partnership can deliver. Africa CDC Deputy Director General Dr. Raji Tajuddin said the facility located at the agency's headquarters in Addis Ababa will enhance emergency preparedness and response. We now have what it takes to respond in the most efficient and timely manner to disease outbreaks, he said. The new warehouse is expected to play a key role in improving health security and outbreak response across Africa. Now to business news. Ethiopia's economy is now projected to expand by 10.2% in the 2025 and 2026 fiscal year, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed told the House of People's Representatives today. The revised projection follows a 6-month review of the country's economic performance, reflecting strong growth across sectors including industry, transport, digital service, and exports. Ethiopia is one of the countries that have achieved leading economic growth without having oil resources, Abiy said. The Prime Minister attributed the upgrade to the success of Ethiopia's ongoing economic reforms and improved macroeconomic management. Ethiopia is undertaking extensive reforms aimed at diversifying the economy, strengthening industrial production, and expanding connectivity through projects such as Grand Ethiopia Renaissance Dam and the planned Bishop II Mega Airport. These measures are intended to sustain high growth while boosting employment and domestic production. The country is also restructuring its external debt and implementing reforms under an International Monetary Fund supported program, which has helped stabilize public finances and attract foreign investment. Based on a review of the growth performance over the past 6 months of the current fiscal year, the plan has been revised to project that Ethiopia will record 10.2% growth by the end of the year, he added. The forecast is closely aligned with projection of the International Monetary Fund. Nigeria has signed a memorandum of understanding to train 10 million youths and women nationwide through a free financial inclusion and literacy program aimed at expanding access to financial services and strengthening digital and enterprise skills. The program was officially flagged off at the Presidential Villa in Abuja and is being driven by the Office of the Vice President through the Presidential Committee on Economic and Financial Inclusion. Vice President Kashim Shettima said Nigeria can only fully benefit from its demographic dividend if young people and women are deliberately prioritized and equipped with skills and ethical grounding required for a rapidly evolving digital economy. The initiative is designed to provide participants with financial literacy, investment awareness, and digital competencies to support sustainable wealth creation. To implement the program, the Office of the Vice President through PRESEFI signed an MOU with 6 professionals bodies to jointly develop training, curricular certification, pathways, digital skills initiatives, and mentorship platforms. Speaking at the flag off ceremony, Vice President Shettima described the MOU as a strategic national investment in human and institutional capacity, stressing its importance for inclusive economic growth.
It is a strategic national investment in capacity building as well as in infrastructure, which is the human, institutional, and ethical foundations upon which inclusive growth rests. Together, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let us build a financial system where professionalism differs trust, capacity unlocks opportunity, and inclusion becomes a lived reality for every Nigerian. Accordingly, on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, I hereby pluck up the free training of 10 million Nigerians with priority for women and youth across the country.
Earlier, ICAN President Malam Haruman Ma Yahya praised the Tinubu administration economic reforms, describing them as a key to enabling the initiative. MC Alger have finally secured their first Total Energies CAF Champions League group stage victory thanks to Zakaria Nainji's exceptional performance. The Algerian forward sealed the vert-8 rogue 2-0 win over Saint Eloui Lupopo, delivering far more than 3 points, but a relief and a continental campaign that has so far been tough for the Algerian side. In a packed Ali Ammar Stadium in Douala, MC Alger showed a more assertive and better structured performance. After opening the scoring in the first half, the Algerian side looked to put the game beyond reach, fully aware of the constant threat Lupopo posed on the counter-attack. Beyond its statistical importance, the goal freed up the entire team. Extremely active in attack, Nainji constantly made runs, wore down the Congolese defense, and contributed with intelligent off-the-ball movement. The first victory in the group stage of competitions revives club's ambition in the group and restores confidence to a squad still under construction. That's all for this hour. Thank you for tuning in and goodbye.